Hi gems, we're jumping right into this tutorial. I'm using my YSL Touche Eclat primer. It's a silicone based primer. It's what I like to use when I'm using stick foundations. And speaking of stick foundations, you guys, I'm using the Makeup Forever HD stick, and I was loving it up until just recently. Like, dude, I've been like a glow ball. On my eyes, I'm priming my lids with the Lorac eye primer, just applying it as per usual. As we know, we don't want our lids to crease throughout the day when we're applying our shadows. So back with this foundation, I apply it all over the face. What I do love about it is the color matching. It is definitely 1-for-1 to the liquid version of the HD foundation. However, not like my Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation stick. Shorty has been acting out. I mean, it's not really that much warmer in Washington right now, like in the 40s, but by the end of the day, it's a no-go. So I'm not 100% sure why that has changed in just the last week of me using the product, but maybe I'll apply it with the Tarte Smooth Slate primer rather than a silicone based primer that I use for this video. For concealer today, I'm using the new Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Amande, the same as the Creamy Radiant, and I'm applying this in the areas that I like to highlight underneath the eyes, Cupid's bow, chin, nose, and forehead. One thing I can say about this product is that the coverage is dope. Like, I'm definitely enjoying it, but I don't know if it's necessary to set as I do in this video, only because it's already matte and it kind of sets itself. I've been using it for the past week or so, and I've noticed that I've had quite a bit of creasing or just kind of cake face. So I gotta play with it a little bit more, but I do love the coverage. For concealer, we're using our Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation stick in the shade Earth. We apply this in the hollows of our cheeks and the temples of our forehead. I hardly really ever apply it on my jawline just because it's not my everyday. If I wanted to really elevate my look for, say, like a night out, then maybe I do it, but it's just not a part of my everyday routine. And then I blend this out with the same beauty blender that I blended out the concealer underneath my eyes, and making sure that everything is seamless and married together relatively well. To set my under eye concealer, I'm using my AJ Crimson loose setting powder in the shade Bamboo. This is probably where I should have opted out of applying this powder, just because the concealer has a matte finish, and I just felt like by the end of the day that I kind of had this cake face. It's just not something I was really feeling. So, lesson learned. Nonetheless, I apply this all in the areas that I have the concealer. And then for my contour, I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour powder in the shade Karab. Again, placing that in all the areas that I applied the Earth foundation. As if I didn't have enough powder on my face, I do like to go in and set the entire look with my MAC Studio Fix Press Powder in NW47. I use this to brush away any of the excess setting powder, but also set the entire look in place. You girls know that I have microbladed my brows, but as they tend to fade a little bit, I do love them, but I like a deeper, I would say, like, execution on my brows. So I'm going with my spike pencil just to kind of outline and extend the tail. But other than that, I still love my microblading, and it's going to last forever. Like, makeup or not, I'm going to have a brow on at all times, so that's always cool. To highlight underneath my brow bone, I'm going with my Cover Select from MAC in the shade NW45. This part of my routine has never changed. I always use this as a natural highlight underneath my brow, and I like to blend it out with just any old blending brush. I can use my MAC 217, but I love using it as a natural highlight so that it's closer to my skin tone and not too haloed, because that is just not cute. My absolute favorite everyday palette is this Anastasia quad that I made, where I'm showing you Morocco, Fudge, Beauty Mark, and Macaroon. But I don't use the Macaroon all the time just because I like to go every day with just a matte eye. I'm going with Morocco first. You guys all know this is my absolute favorite transition shade. I have probably replaced this like 4 or 5 times at this point in the juncture. And then right after that, in the outer V, I like to place a little bit of Fudge and then pack a little bit of Beauty Mark on top of that to deepen the outer portion of my eye. Then in my lower lash line, I'm going with my L'Oreal Infallible, I think this is called Silksemy eyeliner in the shade Black. It's absolute favorite eyeliner pencil that I like to use. And for my everyday routine, you guys, I always smoke out my lower lash line. And then I blend it out with the pencil brush and then apply the same shadows that I did on my lid. So going back in with Morocco, a little bit of Fudge, and then on the outer portion of my lower lash line, I go in with Beauty Mark. Then I like to prep my lashes for my falsies, and you all know my Monday through Friday lashes are the Ardell Demi Wispies. I have these in bulk. I apply them every single day, but you see here I'm tight lining the inner corner just to make sure that everything marries together and the lashes look as realistic on my lids as possible. And I use my Duo glue. It's the one that just doesn't irritate my eye and make it itch. I've had to learn that lesson the hard way. But I like to apply my lashes with tweezers. Those girls out there who can apply with their fingers, more power to you. Bruh, it's just not meant for me, you know? It's just not one of my strong suits. And then I go in and bronze with my Ebony Bronzer by CoverGirl. This is an all too familiar product, holy grail essentially. Applying it around the perimeter to bring a little bit of warmth to my skin. Then for my cheek color, I do love this Becca and Jaclyn Hill palette combo. I don't know the name of that shade, but I'll make sure to list it in the description box below. I just feel like it gives me like a very natural flush of color. And then I absolutely love my Anastasia Beverly Hills Gleam Kit. I use it every single day. Dripping Gold is my favorite, so I apply it all over my face, the highest points, even in my brow bone, my cupid's bow, and on the tip of my nose. I set the entire look with my setting spray, Fix Plus from MAC, and then I go ahead and change into my wardrobe. I don't wear black every day, but I think I was headed to church and I grabbed one of these little dresses. Nonetheless, for my lip, I'm using my Chestnut lip liner from MAC. I think everyone should have this in their arsenal at this point. I mean, what are you doing? And then on my lips, I'm using a new MAC matte lipstick. I can't remember the name. Make sure to list it below. But it was a MAC Select shade. And it's just a beautiful mauve-y, brown girl friendly shade. So there you have it, you guys. This is my everyday look. I don't fuss. I use the same products. I hope you enjoyed it. Till our next video. Bye.